What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm going to be doing an update on NIO stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on a price chart, and I will show you that recently it has a quite harsh movement that was really embarrassing. Then I will continue with the fundamental news, and I will show you why we have this type of price action. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video somewhere at this point, right after we had this movement to the upside from its lowest point at roughly $7 mark. And I've told you that because of this bounce, most likely we might have a next leg to the upside. Let me switch to weekly time frame. We also had this quite bullish candle despite of its color. It is the hammer candle that shows the strong rejection from the downside to the upside, and we had this price action that indicated that we might see a movement to the upside. And right now we have a completely opposite candle. It is in the green color, but it has a very long wick from the upside, and it implies the uncertainty on the market. But more of that I will show you in my technical analysis in just several minutes. And for now, let's continue with the fundamental news. What was the reason of this movement to the upside? Recently they filed their earnings report, and these results are quite positive in general. They beat expectations on earnings. They made a surprise of 10.2%, but they missed expectations on revenue. They missed it by almost the same percentage, about 9.5%. And in general, I have to say that we all knew that their deliveries in Q1 and even in Q2 of 2023 was quite weak. And because of this asset went from its swing high from this point at the end of May till its current range for more than 20 or roughly 30%. And it is quite a harsh movement in general. But on the bigger scale, and I showed you it multiple times, we are on a quite positive situation. So let's start with the news. Let's start with their earnings report. So in general, the most concerning part is this chart. This chart shows the NIO's gross margin, and right now in Q1 2023 they reached only 1.5% of gross margin instead of 3.9% in Q4 2022, instead of 13.3% in Q3 2022. So this is quite scary numbers. But in general, I have to say that let's take a look on their details. Right here you can find on their official website, their gross margin becomes lower because of the quite high price levels of lithium. And lithium is the main component of EV vehicles, and that is why, let me show you that this is the price chart of lithium, and the highest prices was back in November 2022, and since then it was in a declining mode till April 25th, 2023. And right now we are hovering at roughly 300,000 Chinese yuan per ton. And I have to say that this price chart is quite promising, and in a minute I will show you why I think so. So let me show you quite interesting detail. We are again on cnvpost.com, and this article was published on June the 9th. And this article was made by Edison News team, one of the major analysts from Deutsche Bank. And let me show you that right here they have quite good expectations. They expect up to 23,000 units in Q2 2023, and the management itself project the 23 to 25,000 deliveries in Q2 2023. But if you dig deeper, looking beyond, management is targeting more than 20,000 deliveries per month in second half of 2023, including 10,000 vehicles of new ES6 in July. And July will be the first month of the second half of this year, and will be the first month of Q3 of 2023. And this forecast is quite positive for NIO, because ES6 is their new model, and it is based on NT 2.0 platform. This means they can increase the number, not only the number of deliveries, but also they can drastically increase their gross margin. And with these targeted numbers, they can achieve more than 10+% of gross margin in Q3 2023. On top of that, if the lithium prices will not go higher in upcoming months, definitely they can achieve even 20+% of gross margin. And let me show you again this price chart. This is the price of lithium, and I have to say that every auto manufacturer, they made the contracts for the upcoming deliveries, and they have some kind of delay in the prices, because they have to fix the price at the time when they sign the contract. And for the auto manufacturer, they have 3 to 4 months delay depending on different circumstances, but this 3 to 4 months delay will be reflected in the gross margin next quarter, basically next quarter. And right now we have the lowest prices that was set on April 24th, and it is the end, basically the end of Q2 2023, and the benefits from these low prices will be exactly in the Q3 2023. So by the end of this summer, the cost of sales will be much lower, and this definitely will increase the margin, the gross margin for NIO, and this will increase their fundamentals. That is why in general I'm quite bullish on NIO, and I have to say that if we take a look on their numbers right here again, they have $5.5 billion of cash and cash equivalents, and that is why I think NIO in the medium and long-term perspective might skyrocket. And let me show you that from the technical analysis we also might see this pattern. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, if we take a look on these two candles, let me show you it more thoroughly. If we take a look on these two candles and switch to, for example, 4 hours time frame, we can see that this candle has a very long wick. And this is quite bearish candle, especially if we take a look on this quite high volume. And if we switch even on daily time frame, we have this ugly candle as well. But why we cannot count on it as a bearish candle? This is a shooting star, and it is a very strong candle by itself, but to be on the bearish side, we have to see this type of candle in this pattern. We have to see the major movement from the downside to the upside, and this candle should be at the very top of the price action, and then most likely it implies the trend reversal, and from this point we might go lower. But right here we have completely opposite structure. We have back in just May, at the end of May, we had the swing high that is higher than this candle, and this means this is not the bearish candle by itself. This is an undecisive candle. And especially if we take a look on the price action on the weekly time frame, we can see that we have several candles with the quite long wicks on both sides. And this shows that when the price cannot move higher or lower the certain number of this certain amount, as you can see, it is in quite tight range of less than 10%. And when the price action acts like this with the long wicks, we might anticipate the undecisive phase, and then we might see a breakout. So what direction this breakout might be? Let's switch again to daily time frame, and let me show you this channel. This channel, this small channel is basically already broken, but if we zoom out a little bit, we can connect, let's make it from this channel, we can connect these tops, and we can project it like this, and connect the bottoms. So it is not the best channel again, because we have a breakout right here, but it is quite decent, I have to say. And this is quite a bullish setup. It is quite bullish channel, because usually these channels break to the upside. And if it happens, and it might happen in upcoming weeks, or in worst case scenario, we might retest this range of support. In this case, if we will retest it, we will see more exposure to the upside. But from this point, it is quite difficult to assume which direction this asset might go. And that is why I still stand on my position that in the long term, and let's zoom again to weekly time frame and zoom out, in the long-term perspective, this asset is quite bullish because it pretty much reached its lowest point, and it has this type of curvature because price doesn't want to go lower. And from this range, we might see the breakout to the upside that potentially might bring us to the first range of resistance up to 80% of potential profit. But in the medium and long-term perspective, it might hit even $24 to $25 mark that might bring up to 237% of potential profit. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad.